So after all the years of building all my off-grid stuff, batteries, systems, etc., finally got on grid. This was installed back in August 2025. We're now in May 2026. And this is the Sunsynk Max. So this is a 16 kilowatt, single phase inverter. I think it's probably one of the biggest you can actually buy in the UK at the moment. Very popular in South Africa and obviously across Asia as well. Branded under DAI, I can never say it correctly, DAI. And yeah, this has been absolutely brilliant. So I've got through a winter with this. So I know exactly how this has been working. I've got it mated with currently with these two here. So these are Docan power, 32 kilowatt hours each in storage terms. Actually, they're a lot bigger than I was expecting, but actually they look like more like cabinets, which I'm really pleased about. They come with all the usual bits and pieces in here, so let's try and get that in. So you've got double ports on the back. You've got a circuit breaker there, DC rated to 100 amp circuit breaker. There's also one inside the unit. You can't see it at the moment because obviously the faceplate needs to come off around here somewhere. So these are actually connected in parallel. There are two sections in there, or two sets of battery connection lugs in there, which you can connect these up in parallel. So as long as your leads are about the same size, the bus bar is actually internal. So here we've got, that's basically the contactor, so that when this inverter goes or detects the grid going down or is actually switched off using this from the grid, this acts as pulling in the earth neutral bond. So this clicks into place and then make sure that the earth rod's used. There's an earth rod down there, or you can see the wire going down. That's the earthing on arrangement for that. So that then makes sure that all the existing protection in the consumer unit works perfectly. So it's got various menus on here. I've got to admit, I'm not a fan of the Sunsynk app, so hopefully they're going to develop something better, probably or hopefully in the longer run. But as you can see at the moment, it's not a very sunny day at the moment. I'm hoping that's in focus, but it's been proved to be a very good system so far. I'll cover that off in a minute, but I usually use this via the app. So this is an Orange Pi, and this is running the latest version of Solar Assistant. I've also got it here if I ever want to use it. Well, I'm currently in my garage at the moment, but if I want to use it, more like in desktop mode, so I've got that set up there, but largely I use this in the app because I actually prefer using Solar Assistant, and I've also got integrations with Home Assistant. So this little box here is very powerful because obviously I can control pretty much anything on here as well, which it sees. Also the batteries as well, so these come with, I don't know if you can see that, there's little dongles there, so they're like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth dongles. So I can effectively just check how these are working again once I've got connection. I just do it locally, but you can actually do it via, I think there's a Wi-Fi setup you can do on these particular dongles here. But so far so good. These batteries have really done well over winter, obviously because there's not been any solar available. So let's see if we can get that on. Sorry about the glare. It's trouble having white walls, but I think you can pretty much see on there. If it gets in focus. So obviously it gives you the overalls on there, and you've got various menus on there that you can use. You can swipe across. Again, I'm so sorry about the glare on this, but yeah, this gives you a really good indication of what you've got on here. And yeah, got quite a lot of storage there. As you can see, we've got pretty much 64 kilowatt hours on there. And again, sorry about the fact that that's not really in focus, but again, I can use this, all the dashboarding functions. It comes with Solar Assistant. Obviously, it goes into or has integrations via MQTT broker into Home Assistant. So any automations or any other monitoring for historic data I can use on that, which I've also got running in the house. So it's a pretty simple setup. Unlike other systems, there's no messing about with gateways and all that kind of thing. It's just in one box. And dealt with. So I've got a total of 12.88 kilowatts at peak system, which is effectively, well, let me just count that in my head, 28 panels facing east and west. so both sides of the roof. So yeah, 14 panels each side, totaling 12.88 kilowatt hours peak. So that's, yeah, that's, I could have got probably another one on, but I run out of roof space, so they had to, when they were installing it, remove 4 panels, so 2 panels were too close to the edge. But this thing is a beast in generation mode, so I'm going to go through more of those, or more of that information later on in the videos, but I'll show you probably, actually I can probably show you some of the totals now. Let's see if we get some of the totals. So here are some of the totals, but again I'll cover this probably later on in another video. But there on the 30th of April I've got solar PV, I'm trying to get in closer to that, 76.3 kilowatt hours produced, which is way better than I was expecting with this. So yeah, so far so good. And I've also got the ability, or I actually had to use this over winter to import between the 2 to 5 AM window, and then export during the 4 till 7 in the evening peak. I've been on the flux tariff, but things are going to change soon because we've got the first EV in the household, so I'm going to have to contemplate what I do once we get beyond the end of the season, so when we come back to winter, because my winter amounts, I think the peak that I managed to achieve was 15 kilowatt hours, because obviously in winter a south facing roof is better because it can absorb more. East-west doesn't work as well in the winter, but as you can see there, I mean, we've got some pretty good figures coming in for there. So yeah, 68, 40, 51. As you can see, the variance of living in the UK, it changes. I mean, the other day was just purely 18, so not far off of a sunny day, a sunny cold winter day when the sun's at its lowest. Because again, I've managed to check that I've got 15 kilowatt hours available, or sorry, it generated 15 kilowatts hours during the winter. So yeah, so far so good. These have been brilliant. Everything works perfectly. This is whole of house, by the way, so I don't have separate essential loads or anything like that, but there are various other ports available on here that sort themselves out, so you can actually add a micro inverter or a generator on here as well. But yeah, in general terms, this unit here has been absolutely brilliant. I don't want to curse it too much, it's been flawless, but from design to using it, because I've gone all electric now as well, so everything's reliant on this specific unit. This is now a heart of the house effectively, and I'll also cover at a later date heat pump. I've got a heat pump water cylinder there as well, which again has been brilliant, but I'll cover that in a later video. So I just wanted to run over the costs involved, so I'll put them up on screen as well. But yeah, in general terms, whole system cost around 17k fully installed. So that's everything. That's including these batteries, 64 kilowatt hours of storage. Includes this unit, all the installation by MCS certified installers, all the panels, everything, job done. So yeah, been absolutely brilliant so far, and I'm really blown away. So I actually don't know when I'm off grid now. I have to wait for the Sunsynk app to beep at me to tell me that basically you've lost your grid. So I don't know until it tells me, because everything in the house just runs as normal, and 16 kilowatts is more than enough to run the whole house off of this unit. So yeah, that's a quick rundown. Obviously, if you want to know more, just pop it in the chat below. Bear in mind that you know, I'm going to be doing more videos on this. I'll do a series of all the stuff that I've done, because I've actually said goodbye to gas as well. I've had that removed, but I'll cover that again in a later video. So if you do have any comments or questions, just pop them in the chat below. I'll do my best to answer them and let you know what's going on. But yeah, in general terms, for value for money, I cannot beat this system.